elevator pitch, and it's about yourself, right? So you do we did 3 times, and you do introduce yourself to your partner. Okay, so from 1 minute and down to 30 seconds, right? So last week I asked you to go back and rewrite your introduction. Okay, I hope you do that because probably we will do it today. But if we don't, I will ask you to do the exercise, to record your voice and record your introduction, and then you just submit as your assignment. All right. So let me just pretty quick introduce the elevator pitch again. Even though last time we talked about elevator pitch is about you introduce yourself, but actually you could did elevator pitch in different occasions. All right. Okay, so last time, just a little bit review about last week. So last week we talked about what is elevator pitch. It's just a brief description or presentation of a project that anybody can understand. So it could be a description, and you can think about it could be a presentation as well. All right, and then the expression reflects the average time for an elevator pitch. So that's why we talk about that. Elevator pitch is about 30 to 45 seconds, not like a 30 to 45 minutes, because you never take the elevator that long time, right? And also, what kind of occasions you probably use elevator pitch? Okay, so probably you go to college, or you apply for your internship, or also probably you apply for a scholarship fund, right? And then if you go to the job interview, so you could be a job candidate pitch to employers, right? And then after your college and your student life, you probably go on to the business. So you probably need to do a business pitch to your clients, to your investors, or any kind of job candidate. Okay. And also, you probably need some professional pitch to stakeholders. All right. So you probably this kind of occasions you need to use elevator pitch. Okay. And the good elevator pitch is about short. Okay. Last time we talked about that 30 to 45 seconds, and when you write it down, it's about 75 to 100 words. So when you write your template, I just encourage you to prepare a template for yourself. All right, the elevator pitch for an introduction or business pitch, either way. But just write a template. Anytime you can just reuse those templates. All right, and personalize. Okay, you probably need to adjust your sentence or your words. Depends on who is your audience. All right, and interesting. Storytelling, emotion, and compelling data. That's what I'm saying. When you are talking to someone, you think it's pretty important that you probably need to express your interesting or your emotion. Okay, for example, you talk to your boss, probably, or you talk to someone pretty important to your business. You will show you are pretty excited about your work or your project, right? Then they probably will invest in your project, right? And then be confident because you are the only one know the project or know yourself the most. All right, so I think this is pretty important things that be confident when you are doing your presentation, even though you are not really you have some uncertainty. But at that time, when you do a presentation or you do elevator pitch, you should be confident. Okay, I think this is pretty important things. Okay. All right, and so when you are doing business pitch. Because the last time we are doing elevator pitch for yourself. But if you are doing the elevator pitch for your product or service, probably you need to answer 6 questions at the in your elevator pitch. Okay, so you have to tell the audience what is the project, or what's the product, or what is the service. Okay, you have to tell them. Okay, and then who is your target audience? So you probably the boss. Okay, probably the investor or stakeholder, or probably your neighborhood or your parents or your grandma that you want to tell them what you are doing right now. Okay, someone when you go home and then your grandma or your grandparents will ask you, what are you doing right now? Okay, what's your project or what are you doing during your school time? Okay, you probably have a 30 to 45 seconds to tell them. So remember, who is your target audience? Okay, so you probably use a different word to explain your project or yourself, right? And then what problem does your project solve? Okay, so you need to tell the what's the benefits of your product or your service when you are doing business pitch. All right, what does your problem solve how does your project solve the problem? So for example, when you are doing your term project, you probably need to tell others how does your project solve. Because for example, we build an app, or we have a new service, or we have a new business model, try to solve the problems. And question 5 and 6, I think this is pretty normal in general. It's like who is behind the project. Just the time, try to introduce yourself, or you try to use a pretty short time to introduce your team or your group. Okay, what makes the project special? You just tell them what's the difference. Okay, what's the special about your project? What makes you stand out? Okay, so last time we talked about the introduction, self-introduction. You have to know what makes you stand out. Okay, same as when you are doing the project, you have to let others know what your project special. Okay, so I think this is 6 questions you have to answer in this pretty short paragraph, like 75 to 100 words. Then you have to answer these 6 questions. Okay, so tips. Okay. It must be short, so that we just mentioned 30 to 60 seconds. Or it probably takes longer because probably you go 101, building 101, typing 101, it takes probably 1 or 2 minutes to reach your floor. But usually it takes only about 30 to 60 seconds. Okay, and it must be easy to understand. As what we are saying, that depends on who is your audience. Okay, if it's your boss, then you probably can use some jargon. What does this jargon mean? Is the technical words, like professional words. Okay, 就是专有名词 jargon. Okay, so it must be easy. But if you are talking to your parents or your grandparents, or even to your neighborhood or your friends, you don't use jargon that much. Otherwise, they won't understand what you are talking, right? Okay, it must have a hook to attract people. So last time when you try to finish your self-introduction within 30 seconds, I saw many of you are trying to speed up your talking, right? Speed up your talking, but try to slow down a little bit, because you need time to try to attract people. So don't be rushed. Okay, slow down the way you talk. Okay. 所以这个地方我想上次我稍微讲一下哈，就是上次听到大家其实在讲说，为了要缩短那个 就是希望能够在那个35秒到40秒，30到45秒时间去讲完，所以大家速度会加得非常非常的快。然后呢，但是其实当你加快速度的时候，有时候其实是听不懂的。那你要试图的用大家听得懂的语速，然后去讲，然后试图的去吸引别人。So that's the hook, like, try to attract people, and also that others know why you are so special, why I have to listen, or why I need the next meeting. Okay. Okay, so it must be convincing, right? So be confident. Alright, so I think this is a template. Okay, it's an easy way. Alright, so I think this is the one we talked about. I showed you last time. Because we saw like the way you try to squeeze off the information in pretty short time. So like a pretty rush way to express yourself. For example.
Hi, I'm Lauren Berger. This is my elevator pitch. Take one.
I'll show you again.
I want to do this and I want to, oh my gosh. Hi, I'm Lauren and I want to do everything and I want to be your best friend and please hire me. Hi, I'm Lauren and I really want to work for you and I'm so excited to be standing next to you right now and I just want to tell you everything about me real quick. It'll only take me 10 minutes even though we only have 30 seconds right now. Hi everybody, those elevator pitches were not so good and I'm going to make sure that after watching this video you know how to do a much better version of the elevator pitch. If the executive that you would love to work for, right, the executive that works at that company that you just love was literally in an elevator with you, what would you say? It's actually a great way to think about how to present yourself in a professional setting. So I'm going to give you the intern queen take on the elevator pitch. So in order to put together an elevator pitch, we need a couple pieces of information. We're going to write them here. So the first up is going to be, who are you, right? As silly as it...
Okay. I think I won't just go through that because most of the information is just like what I mentioned at the very beginning. Okay, so but you can see there's a three kind of a situation you probably faced last week. You probably noticed when you were doing that last week. The first one is too rush time, and we didn't catch any key points. Right.
Everything, and I want to be your best friend, and please hire.
Okay, and the second one, it seems like we got the point that she want to find to get the job, but still we didn't know who you are and what's why you are special, why I have to know you. Okay, so we didn't get any point. We didn't get the key points of your introduction. All right. So I think this is just the one I tried to show you.
Then you want to give them a little background. I'm Lauren Berger. I graduated from UCF and I'm a PR major. Okay? Now, depending, stay in touch. I'll make sure to email you right after this. So nice, major. I know all about your PR company and I am just fascinated by it. I've read all about you. You know, I'd actually love to intern for you. Hi, I'm Lauren Berger. So nice to meet you.
Okay, I think the pretty perfect example I'll show you. Okay, she takes about 30 to 40 minutes.
Lauren Berger, and let's do that elevator pitch one more time. Hi, I'm Lauren Berger. So nice to meet you. I graduated from the University of Central Florida. That's in Orlando, and I was actually a PR major. I know all about your PR company, and I am just fascinated by it. I've read all about you. You know, I'd actually love to intern for you this summer. I've had a lot of other internships, and I wanted to ask who I could contact to potentially apply for an internship with your company. Amazing. Well, thank you so much. It was so great meeting you. I'm going to email you tonight, and I definitely want to stay in touch. Thank you.
Okay, so during probably 40 seconds, she introduced herself, the background, and her interests, right, in pretty clear way, right. So, and in the between, there's something like a mute time. It's just because during the elevator pitch, you still have some time to communicate with others, okay? And the final part, let's see.
And I definitely want to stay in touch. Thank you. Amazing. Well,
okay, so the last part will be the hook time, okay? Tell others, okay, try to attract others in the hook time. And the last part also we call the call to action. That know your information, okay, your how you connect
thank
to
you so much. It was so great meeting you. I'm going to email you tonight, and I definitely want to stay in touch. Thank you.
Okay. So you probably tell them I will send you another email to provide more information, more details to you. Okay, something like we reserve the next meeting or next talk. Alright, so 最后有一个 call to action 啊，这个东西基本上就是除了你可能告诉人家说，那我们是不是可以安排下一次的机会啊，就是下一次的面谈的机会啊，或者下一次的email 的机会，好，所以这种是让人家，或者是像我们在看一些 business pitch 的时候，最后他会放一个 QR code， 就是if you have any questions or any further requests, just scan the QR code, something like that. OK， 所以那像那个 QR code 啊，就是或者是下面有一些联络的方式，都是一种 call to action 的。如果对于你的报告或是对于你的人有兴趣的，那他就会去扫那个 QR code， 或者是 email 你，或者是到你的 social media 好去看有关于你刚刚 present 的一个东西。好，所以这个叫做 call to action。那这个是我觉得，当你们在做报告的时候，最后不要只放上 thank you。大部分人就放上谢谢大家的聆听，然后我们的报告到此为止了，好，就是到此。那其实如果你是做 business pitch 的话，你可能就是错失掉了一个很好的机会，把你的所有的资讯是留在这上面的，好。好。Okay, so that's our last time we did. Alright, so you guys, do you have any question about your last time we do some exercise? No? Alright. If no, then I think this is just a practice. So later on, we probably have to also request you to do some different kind of elevator pitch, but now we just stopped at here because I think it's the introduction part is just fine. All right. Okay, so now I think let me see.好，我稍微讲一下哈，就是那个你们最后我还没有把它公告在教学平台上，不过那个个人的介绍部分，我希望你们把它录音录下来，就是每一个人大概录45秒，然后请你们上传。 我是把你的 self introduction 的这个部分，上次给大家的那个 worksheet， 不管是你用这个 worksheet， 或者是你自己有写的一个 template， 那就是麻烦你们把那个自己讲的录下来，然后就是大概录30秒到45秒的时间，不要太长，不要漏漏的讲了1分钟，就是30到45秒。你可以就是把它录下来的时候上传，我会开一个作业区让你们上传。好 ，OK， 所以你可以一直试到你觉得想要的一个，就是你想要讲的东西啊，就是讲的内容，或者是觉得你最满意的一个内容，或者是你的表达的方式。好，所以这个的部分的话，就是我们大概这一次放假的作业。放假的作业，请你们把它做完。Okay. All right. So, any questions so far? Any questions so far? No. All right. So, and I think I will just go back to one article because I think you just like. Do some different thing at the same time that you feel like pretty boring. All right, I don't want to bore you like in a whole class. All right. How? And I think we go this article. We go through this article. And this article actually from New York Times. Okay, it's published like on March 26th. Okay, so it's pretty new one. And also, I think this is a pretty good thing is if you are interested in reading New York Times, usually you have to subscribe New York Times, right? But if you are students at our school, you can like apply. You can create an account for free. Okay, so you go to, I'll show you, probably you need it. You go to the library. Okay, you go to the library and type in New York Times. Okay, usually you go on the New York Times. They ask you to subscribe, even though it's not pretty expensive, but you still pay for something, right? But here you can just click on New York Times. Okay, and on the very bottom, you will see that is the link that you create a free account. Okay. Okay, so here you can create a free account. So the accounts will provide you like 4 years for free. Okay, so I think it's a pretty good things that you can use it. Okay, so if you want to read some like official and pretty nice like newsletters, then it's probably the good channel to that you understand. 所以这个是很鼓励大家去使用的，就是学校都提供这个 New York Times， 所以学生不管是学生老师啊，都可以用这种免费的。那大概可以，我申请的话是4年啊，但我想你们可能也是4年左右，所以一般来说我们都需要付费才可以读所有的新闻内容。那会请大家读 New York Times 的原因是因为，虽然他现在跟川普不是很满意他们，但是基本上他们的新闻内容其实是比较具有可靠性的，然后 报道的内容是比较中立，或者是用的文字叙述其实都是比较好的，所以也是让大家去学习用一些比较好的一些单字。好，所以叙述事情是用一些比较好的一个单字。所以如果你有兴趣，你想要每一天看的话，你就可以去上网申请一下这个就是一个账号，好，这是大家的福利，当学生的福利。Okay, so before you have an account, let's say this article. It's about AI. Because when I check and try to find some new article, most of the article is about AI. So again, we are talking about AI. But this topic, how artificial intelligence reasons. Okay, so can anyone want to tell me when you see the title, what's the context you are expecting? You are expect. 可是你当你看到 title 的时候，为什么东西就是我们都会看一个标题，然后你就会预期标题的内容，就是这个文章的内容大概会是写什么嘛，对不对？好，所以你看完的时候，你可以看一下副标题。Companies like OpenAI and China's DeepSeek over chatbots decide to take their time with an answer. Here is how they work. 所以这里他就要告诉你说，这里要告诉你什么？所以你预期这个文章会告诉你什么？有人可以告诉我吗？你是要讲吗？
是在讲关于 AI 怎么推理。对
，OK， 好，所以就是这样，就是他其实要告诉你说，这一篇要告诉你说，这 AI 到底怎么去推理的 ，reason 在这个地方哦。reason 在这个地方，平常我们都认为它是 ，we think it's 是is a noun. Usually we use it as a noun， 就是是一个名词。But here it's a verb. Okay, so here is a verb. So reason could be a noun or could be a verb. Alright, so but in this article, reason is a verb. So they will tell you how AI reasons. 它是怎么推理的 Okay, so they tell you that companies like OpenAI and DeepSeek offer chatbot decide to 这里就是 which is decide to 的缩写哈的那个语法 which is decide to take their time with an answer。所以那个 chatbot 呢，其实就是在讲说，他们怎么运用他们去找这个问题啦，去找这个答案，一起去找答案。Alright. Okay, so once you could understand the title of the article, then it's much easier for you to read the content. Alright, so I need someone to volunteer, to be a volunteer, to read out the first paragraph. 需要一个人 volunteer， 如果没有的话，我们就点个人来告诉，把第一段念出来。这是我得强迫你们念的一个方法。Anyone? If no, 李嘉诚，好 ，OK， 好 ，OK。
So in September 那边。
对。
In September, OpenAI unveiled a new version of ChatGPT designed to reason through text, involving math, science, and computer programming. Unlike previous version of the chatbot, this new technology could spend time thinking through complex problems before settling on an answer.
Okay.
Soon the
好，继续把它到 Here is a guide.
Okay. Soon, the company said its new reasoning technology has outperformed the industry-leading system on a series of tests that track the progress of artificial intelligence. Now, other companies like Google and Anthropic and China's DeepSeek offer similar technologies. But can AI actually reason like a human? What does it mean for a computer to think? Are these systems really approaching true intelligence? Here's a guide.
Okay, pretty good. So